This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey everybody, welcome to Groomer Humor on Pet Life Radio. We are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with Anthony Ray. We're really excited about this show, guys. This show is based on ear cleaning, and it's to pluck or not to pluck. That is the question. Do we pluck our dog's hair out of their ears or do we not? Big question. There's big debates about this, and we're going to talk a lot about that when we come back on Groomer Humor.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help. Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite. Pick up 2 bottles of Lico Chops, get the 3rd bottle free. New improved Lico Chops with Omega-6, Omega-3, Vitamin E, and now 6 extra direct-fed microbials. Even better for the digestive tract and immune system. And dogs love it. Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free. This is Henry Lukasevic for Dynavite.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Groomer Humor, guys. Again, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. Very excited about this show, guys. It's a very important topic, too. We're talking about plucking hair out of the ears. But before we even get started, guys, just know that this show is brought to you by Pets Are Kids Too. Great company, guys. They got a lot of products out there. They got dental sprays, oatmeal shampoo, anti-itch sprays, premium ear cleaners. The great thing about this company, guys, is that once you get into their products and see how great they are, if you send a picture of your pet with one of the bottles purchased, they will send a portion of the profits to a pet with cancer. So why not use their product and do something good at the same time, guys? Just look them up and see how great their products are. PetsAreKids2.com. So, Ant, how are your ears?
Well, they're fine, but the last time I was at a party, my friend, I think it was Randy, he was sitting next to me, and he just says, hey, dude, you really got to shave some of that hair coming out of your ears. And I was so embarrassed because I don't know, I just never think of that, you know? Yeah. And then I was just kind of like living out the rest of the day, sort of like covering my ears with my hand because I didn't realize I had so much hair coming out of my ears.
And you do. I can vouch for that because it's, you know what it is? It's all that hair on your face, I think kind of just grew up into the ear area too.
Right.
If you were a dog, definitely, you are definitely a plucking. We need to get that out.
I think the hair that grows on my body, it's more of a habitat. It evolves, you know.
It has its own ecosystem.
Right, exactly. Its own ecosystem, its own wildlife, its own living things, organisms. And if it sees a path to perhaps another habitat, an evolution of space, if you will, it'll take it. So
just a forest of hair all about your body.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The only time I disrupt the ecosystem is usually around like Halloween because you know me, I'll shave my beard off for a good costume, but other than that, I'll always have hair on my face.
And that's right around one of the times that you shower too, is right around Halloween.
Yeah, that's one of the 4 bi-monthly showers I take. I take them quarterly.
Just, dude, when you pay your taxes, take a shower. This way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Use that as your guide.
Yeah, it's kind of a reminder. At least I don't have to put it in my phone. Oh, it's tax season. Time to shower. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Time to shower because I have to be around people.
There it is.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So you stay on top of it. You don't have to think.
Yeah. Well, you know, I believe in being clean, you know, but not overly clean. You got to get practice. Your immune system needs practice.
Yeah. I agree with that because if you're too clean, it's always like too good. You know, it's like always winning. You got to lose sometime. You know?
Exactly. I like a little bit of a challenge. Sometimes I like to see how much of my own stench I can take. You know,
right?
It's like a game.
Right. And then when you do take a bath, it just like, wow, it just feels fantastic. You just feel like a new person.
Mm-hmm. Like
like a snake that shed his skin.
Right. It's like a rebirth. I guess, just not like a religious one, but just, it's a mental
Right.
rebirth. But then sometimes it's the opposite effect, like the dogs do. You know how sometimes we'll bathe a dog and they freak out in the cage afterward because they don't like being wet. Sometimes that happens to me. Sometimes I come out of the shower clean and I go, what? No,
You can't take being clean.
Yeah, something's not right.
This feels weird.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm wet now. What is this? That's usually the challenge I have with it is I'm comfortable, especially in the winter. I'm comfortable. I'm watching whatever Jeopardy.
We should make a religion out of it, though. We can call it like, Church of the Holy Bather or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Stench.
You could be like a Saint Anthony, Saint Anthony of Stench.
Saint Anthony of Stink.
Anyway, listen, we got to get to this topic.
How do we get to a serious topic
I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
I
could do that all day with you.
I said I like challenges. Okay, so let's get serious now.
All right. So here, recently, we put out a great ear cleaning video on our YouTube channel. If you're interested in watching that, just go to Grooming by Rudy on YouTube and you'll see all of our videos. But recently we getting a lot of response to the one ear cleaning video where we're plucking the hair out of a poodle's ear. So we get a lot of questions about this and, should we do it? Should we not do it? A lot of people will say things like, oh my God, it's so cruel to pull the hair out of the ears. And here's the thing, guys, first of all, the way we do it as professional dog groomers is not cruel. We're doing it very gently and we're using our fingers. We're not using forceps or anything like that. And here's the thing, in a lot of cases, if you don't do it, your dog is going to develop a really, really bad ear infection. So what's more cruel? Is it more cruel to pull that hair out and clear out the ear canal and get the ear cleaned out? Or is it more cruel to leave it in there and have your dog have multiple ear infections with a host of other problems? And now you're going to the vet and you have to do it eventually anyway. So we're going to talk about that today. Again, the problem is, do we do it all the time or not? And in the 34 years of grooming experience that I have found that it's all different. It's different for every dog and it varies on breeds as well. So with that being said, one of the things that you would not want to do, you don't want to pluck the hair out of the ear if your dog already has an ear infection. And the reason for that is if your dog has an ear infection and you start pulling the hair out, when you pull the hair out, you're kind of opening up those hair follicles inside the ear and in the inner ear. So if the dog has an infection and you're opening up those follicles and you're kind of irritating the ear, now that infection is just going to go right into that skin. So if your dog has an infection, then I would opt to not pull the hair out. I would go to a vet and deal with the infection first. And a lot of times the vet will decide to pull the hair out. But again, it varies. In my opinion, if your dog has a severe infection, if he doesn't have a bad infection, then you might want to go ahead and do it. It won't be too bad. But if he has a severe infection, you definitely don't want to. And also, it's very painful. If the dog's ear is inflamed and you go pulling the hair out, it is going to be a lot more uncomfortable. So that's one of the things. If a dog's ear is real irritated in any way, you don't want to pluck the hair out either. Depending on individual dog, if the dog absolutely hates it, and he's yelping and then don't do it. Don't do it. There's no point in hurting the dog because there's other ways of doing it. You can clip the hair around it with the clippers. We've gotten a lot of response with that too. People saying, oh, the clippers are too loud and this and that. Here's the thing. It sounds loud on our videos, guys, because you have to remember something. I have a mic on me when we're doing our videos, and that clipper is right next to the mic, and that mic is picking up sound very heavily. The clippers are actually very, very low in pitch. They're designed that way to not irritate the dog around the ear. And we do it so quickly that, it's brief. So anybody out there thinking that we're hurting the dog's ear with the clippers, it's not true. We're doing it so quickly. And again, the clippers that I use are designed, they're very, very quiet anyway. So we're not hurting the dog or having a high pitched sound going into the dog's ear.
Yeah, you usually, that little mic picks up so much sound. Before we film, we always do a test. Then I'll go on the other side of the room and I'll have him whisper.
Yeah.
I'll have you whisper into
Yeah.
and it sounds like
Our little mic check.
Yeah, a little mic check, and it does get really loud. So yeah,
I do an Adam Sandler. I go happy doobie.
It's time for the Jeopardy.
Yeah, and right, exactly. That's a good point. You could whisper into that mic, and it sounds really loud. So again, guys, we're not putting this loud clipper to a dog's ear. It's just not happening. The clippers are very, very low. But again, let's get back to the ear plucking. It's the way you pluck the hair out of the ear as well. I don't believe there's a technique where you get a forceps, right? And you put it into the ear canal, you grip the hair, and you twist the forceps and yank the hair out. Guys, don't do that. It's just not the way to do it at all. The way you should do it is by using your index finger and your thumb, and you pick out little bits of hair at a time. So you're not hurting the dog. The other way, the twist and yank, that hurts the dog. I don't believe in that. I don't care who's doing it. You shouldn't be doing it that way. You should be doing it slowly, methodically, and little bits at a time. And with that being said, I believe that you shouldn't even be pulling all the hair out. You should be pulling a good portion of it out, like 3/4 of it out, and leaving in some, because the hair that you leave in acts as a little bit of a barrier, to help keep the ear clean as well. With any debris going in, that hair will catch that debris. Again, you want to be careful with how you do it. Please don't do the twist and yank. It always hurts the dog, and I don't believe in hurting the dog.
Try it on yourself and see how that feels.
Yeah. But if you
do your nose hair,
Sigoin!
Little Key and Peele shout out there.
Yeah, little Key and Peele. Swange. Again. Listen, go to our YouTube channel. Check out what's the name of that video, Ant?
I believe it was. I think it was how to clean your dog's ears. I'm gonna look it up really quick. But yeah, it was that video. That video went crazy. And I always knew that ear maintenance and whatnot was a major issue, but I didn't know how many people really had it, all at the same time. You think, a nail clip video, obviously that's going to go kind of viral because every dog needs their nails clipped, but not every dog gets ear infection, like chronic ear infections all the time and stuff like that. But when we posted the ear video, I was so shocked at how many people clicked on it because it was just that helpful. So that was great. I'm trying to find it. It was just how to clean dog ears, and you did a real nice extensive look at clipping some of the hair out, pulling some of the hair out, and cleaning it out. You used some ear powder and stuff, and it had 158,000 views. That was a lot. Apparently that helped a lot of people because we got a lot of nice comments on it and stuff too. Yeah,
definitely. So go to our YouTube channel, guys, Grooming by Rudy, and check out that video because, again, we like to bring all of our knowledge to you guys. But another thing I want to say about that is there's this misconception that you can't puncture a dog's ear
canal, eardrum.
Spit
it out, man.
Sorry, man. I didn't have my coffee this morning, but there's a big misconception that you can't puncture a dog's eardrum. A lot of people will say, oh, well, the ear canal is L-shaped, and there's the inner ear canal and the outer ear canal. Well, here's the thing, guys. First of all, it varies with individual dog and breed. And it's not so much of an L shape as much as it is more of like a downward slant and then going into the kind of slanting into the inner skull of the dog. But when you open up that outer ear canal to clean it out, what happens is what is in that slant or that L shape, if you want to call it an L shape, is it kind of straightens out that canal. So now you're looking at a straight shot to the inner ear canal. And even if you go too deep and you start to wipe out that inner ear canal, let me tell you, a dog is going to let you know it hurts. And you definitely don't want to go too deep. And it varies. There's all different types of there's inner ear infections. There's outer ear infections. If your dog is having an inner ear infection and you try to go into that inner ear canal, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the dog. So my suggestion is find out what's going on first. If your dog is having an ear problem, go to the vet first. Find out what's going on. It could be a number of things. It can be ear mites. It can be an ear infection. It could just be that the dog's ear is really dirty. But again, don't go too deep. You can puncture a dog's eardrum. I don't care what anybody says. You can definitely, if you go too deep, especially if you don't use a Q-tip either, always use cotton swabs. It should be much more cushiony and thicker than a Q-tip. A lot of people will try to clean their dog's ears and go too deep. You should really not be cleaning anything more than the outer ear canal and maybe a little bit deeper into the outer ear canal. Once you start hitting that inner ear canal, there's a chance you could hurt the dog. So again, don't go too deep. And and another thing is, I'm totally against this. Don't do an ear flush. I'm seeing a lot of people on YouTube doing an ear flush on their dogs. Guys, stay away from this, okay? Don't do this, because what happens 99% of the time is you'll drive the dog nuts. You're squirting fluid into the dog's inner ear, and the dog just wants to get it out, and he will shake his head frantically. Don't do this. If your dog requires an ear flush, in my opinion, have your vet do it. Don't take it upon yourself to do it at home, and now you have a really, really bad problem on your hands if your dog is just shaking his head and trying to get it out. Sometimes they can't get it all the way out, all the fluid that you put in, and that in itself may cause an ear infection. So unless your vet recommends an ear flush and either does it for you or shows you exactly how to do it, don't do it. I wouldn't do an ear flush, and I'm an experienced dog groomer. So that's just my opinion.
Well, that's like there's a few things. We like to teach people everything on our channel and on the show. There's a few things that you really just shouldn't do at home. One of them is trying to neuter your pet at home, and the other is flushing the ear. I don't think there's just some things, leave it to the pros.
Yeah, just leave it to the pros. Exactly.
The vets.
Yeah. Definitely don't neuter your pet at home.
I'm going to freak if I ever see a video. How to. No. Pet neutering tutorial. Nope.
Yeah. I'm all about the DIY and the how-tos and everything, because we do it ourselves. But again, we draw the line at certain things. You know what I'm saying? Even if I come across a dog that has an inner ear infection, listen, I'm limited. I'm a dog groomer. I can't take care of the infection. The dog needs to be on antibiotics or something like that. I can clean the ear out best I can, but I'm always going to suggest to the client that you take your dog to the vet and see what's going on. I can only speculate as to what's going on. I can identify an ear infection, but I still may not be able to fix it, because again, you have to go to the vet, get on antibiotics, and fix it internally before you do it externally. But the ear flushing, I've seen so many people have so many just negative problems with ear flushing. So stay away from that unless your vet absolutely recommends it, and again, does it for you or shows you exactly how to do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say, at least if you go to the vet, not only will they do it for you the first couple of times, but they'll at least show you how to do it. And at least it's confirmed you need to do this often enough where you're going to have to do it by yourself. But at least the vet can show you how to do it properly. And even then, when you're doing it properly, whenever you're squirting anything into anything's ear, there's always a chance for infection, further infection, whatever the case may be. So, you got to be careful. Ears are very sensitive. Yes.
It's the most common reason for vet visits too. That's why this topic's real important to us, because we hear it all the time. Had my dog to the vet for ears. Had my dog to the vet for ear problems, ear infection, dirty ears. Here's the thing. This is something you guys have to do at home. You have to maintain your dog's ears at home. So depending on what kind of dog you have, if you have a poodle, standard poodle, or a cockapoo, even a schnauzer, there's various breeds that grow a lot of hair in the ear. You may have to learn how to pluck some of that hair out and do maintenance ear cleaning at home. Again, guys, Pets Are Kids too. They put out a great ear cleaner. It's a aloe vera eucalyptus base. It's really, really good. I've been using it ever since they sent some of their product to me. Great ear cleaner. Again, guys, go to petsarekids2.com. Check out their ear cleaner if you guys are doing ear cleaning at home. It's a really good ear cleaner. So doing it at home, what it's going to do is it's going to lessen the chance that your dog gets an ear infection. So it's going to be less vet visits too. Who doesn't want that? Again, if you have to run your dog to the vet every time there's an ear problem, man, you're going to be spending a lot of money, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that the one of the top reasons for a vet visit is ear infections, because the actual number one reason for an unplanned vet visit, where it's coming out of nowhere, is ear infections. It's the single biggest reason, and it's costing people a lot of money. So yeah, just to reiterate, the petsourkids2.com is great because they can help you prevent that, protect your bank account from unnecessary pain, so to speak. And and it's great that you send a picture of your pet with a bottle of one of their products, and they're gonna donate a portion of that to a pet in need. And it's their goal is actually to save up to 100 pets with cancer by 2020. So definitely petsourkids2.com. Use code PET15 for 15% off. It's great, and especially it's great that we're talking about ear cleaning, because that's one of the best products they have, premium pet ear cleaner, and it's incredibly important. So it's a perfect topic today.
Yeah, I love what they're doing too with the whole charity thing. With all you have to do is send a picture, and they'll send a portion of it to a pet with cancer. So again, guys, just why not have a healthy product and do something good at the same time? But yeah, getting back to our videos, there's so much information out there. You can pull up anything on YouTube now. So why not learn the right way to do things? And listen, I'm not saying that my way is perfect. There's probably a lot of other groomers out there that do things a little bit differently. But I think that we can all, professional dog groomers, can definitely agree on one thing, is that ears is one of the most difficult things to have to maintain and challenge. And it's a big challenge. And if you guys aren't cleaning them at home, you can't expect a groomer or a vet to take care of your dog's ears and keep them clean when, 6 weeks go by, 8 weeks go by. Would you not clean, and well, unless you're Anthony, would you not clean your own ears for 6 weeks? But again, Anthony's unique. It's a whole different animal.
Yeah,
literally.
See, guys, that's the thing. I'm practiced at this. I know what I'm doing. My body does not work the same as everybody else's. I promise you. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional non-shower.
Yeah,
I know what I'm. This is not for amateurs. You have to tell. No. It takes years and years of practice.
Right, years and years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if you own a dog with floppy ears, usually like a Cocker Spaniel, Cavalier Spaniel, you're definitely going to have some ear problems usually. Cocker Spaniels, their inner ear hair is a little bit different. I tend to not like to pluck the hair out of their ears because it's very, very thick. If you have a dog that has very thick hair, you might opt to just want to kind of clip the hair as opposed to pulling any out of the ear canal because it's too thick, it will hurt them too much. But by clipping them with the clippers and just clearing it out and creating like an air passage, that usually helps aerate the ear, keep the ear cleaner. And again, just using a good ear cleaner and swabbing out and keeping the ear clean is going to help. Again, you guys need to do this in between groomings. This is something you guys have to do at home, along with a lot of other things, brushing and all that stuff that we always talk about.
One thing that amazes me, too, about the ears is it confuses everybody. A lot of people think that the dogs that don't have the floppy ears would, just by looking at it, you would imagine, well, aren't they going to get more ear infections because there's nothing protecting the ear? And a lot of times it's the opposite. Because their ears aren't flopped over, whatever gets in there isn't trapped in there. They're usually able to shake out everything. And that's why usually, one of the most common breeds to get ear infections is standard poodles. Their ears are floppy. They have a lot of hair there, depending on how you groom them anyway. And it's usually the floppy ears is what keeps all that dirt and bacteria in there, as opposed to, say, whatever, a min pin or a shepherd. They're usually, not all the time, of course they can get ear infections too, but 9 times out of 10, they're shaking whatever you put in their ear right out. It's getting right out and it's clean. It's a common misconception.
It is. Yeah, boy, you are my son. You do listen. Yeah.
Other than the cleanliness, we're like twins. And the hair. Yeah.
Well, I don't shower all that much either. I'm not as bad as you, but I'm a once a weeker.
Nobody's as bad as me. I work hard at this, and I want some respect. I think it needs to be talked about.
I work hard.
Okay. No one's getting in touch with me for any awards, nothing. No hosting gigs, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to upset me. I work hard at this. This is my goal.
Come on, guys. Give Anthony some respect.
Show me some support. Don't just tell me to take a shower. I know that.
Yeah. He deserves an Emmy.
Emmy and Nobel Peace, I think.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, I mean, at least. Something to just,
Right. Cecil B. DeMille or something. I don't know.
Right. Because I already know, because history books write themselves. So I know, 100 years from now, I'll be talked about. I already know that.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
It doesn't hurt to, I feel like Achilles right now. It's like he didn't get famous until, generations later where
you're right up there with Gandhi.
Exactly. I don't like to toot my own horn. But
like Gandhi fasted for 40 days. You haven't showered for 40 days. What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
right.
You're right up
Where's
there
my
with Gandhi.
credit? Where's my credit?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not helping maybe as many people spiritually as Gandhi did, but we're in the same ballpark at least.
Listen, it's fasting no matter how you put it.
No matter how you hey, listen, bottom line is we're both not doing something for 40 plus days, and that means something.
Exactly.
So, I'm getting tired of this.
Please, right into Anthony. Show him some support, really. You guys,
man,
I'm starting to feel bad.
Seriously, nobody's ever going to want to meet me.
No, everybody's going to want to meet you.
I'm never going to sign one autograph.
You already have. You have already signed.
Yeah. No, I think I'm done though. I think that was it. The one time.
I remember that autograph though. The guy didn't want his pen back either.
Yeah, he told me to keep it. I still have it. It's on my desk.
Yeah, he just.
I'm not getting rid of that.
Keep the pen. Don't.
Right. I don't know why he did that. Well, actually, I guess I do know now.
Now you know.
Yeah, we've done some digging. We know what's going on now.
But yeah, getting back to the ear topic, Anthony makes a great point. The floppy-eared dogs, what happens too is that a lot of moisture gets trapped in there. And again, getting back to the ear flushing, it's a big problem. If you flush your dog's ear and you have a floppy-eared dog and they're shaking their head excessively, what ends up happening is that all the blood will rush to the tip of their ears and they'll develop a huge blood clot in the base of their ears. So again, and I've seen this happen.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. I've seen it happen. If a dog shakes his head enough, all of the blood will go rushing to the tip of the ears, and a big giant ball of the blood will pool at the tip of the ears. So again, I can't stress enough. If you guys are doing it yourself out there, don't ear flush. I'm sorry, just don't do it. I'm a groomer and I don't do it. I've done it unless I have the owner's okay and I know how to do it. One of the keys to ear flushing is to not put so much, liquid in the ear and allow the dog to shake in between. I've seen people on YouTube just dump a half a bottle, of ear cleaner and solution into the ear and think that that's a good thing. I mean, you can't even imagine the damage that you're doing. An ear flush shouldn't even be done that way anyway, guys. So if you don't know how to do an ear flush, don't do it. But again, with the floppy ear dog, like you're saying, with German Shepherds, dogs whose ears stand up, they're a lot less likely to develop ear infections. Although if they're working dogs and they're on farms and they're, or like a herding dog or something, even like a Sheltie or something, and they're running around and kicking up a lot of dirt doing their job, it's a different experience as well, too. So again, this whole thing varies. It varies on breed. It varies on individual dog and individual dog's lifestyle. And more than anything, diet. Listen, if you're feeding your dog a really bad diet, chances are they're going to develop an ear infection and tooth decay and various other problems. So guys, let's take all this stuff seriously. Let's put our dogs on good diets. Let's check them out. Let's groom them. Let's use premium products on them like we've talked about. Don't use cheap products. There's a lot of cheap, really bad products out there. Get yourself a good product that you're using, whether it be a shampoo, ear cleaner, or anything else. We need to do more. We need to be more aware, more conscious, because if you do the work at home, listen, you may not have any vet visits aside from just their shots. You know what I'm saying? You may never have to go to the vet, and you're going to save yourself a ton of money.
That's the goal. The goal is to only have to go to the vet for a checkup once in a blue moon. That's really it. You don't want to have to go to the vet all the time for crime. We see it all the time, especially because of ear infections. A couple of our dogs have chronic ear infection. That you know how much money that costs, and it could be avoided. That's the thing. You don't want to have to be stuck going to the vet all the time.
Right. And here's the thing, guys. You hear this a lot too. Oh yeah, well, vets are expensive and this and that. And yes, vets are expensive. Let me tell you something. The majority of vets out there, they're not out to get your money as much as they are to help your dog, okay? They're not proud of seeing your dog with an ear infection every month. You know, that's not what they want either. So don't blame the vet. We get that a lot too. It's like, well, the vet's doing this and the vet's charging me. Listen, the vet can only do so much too, right? I mean, you're bringing the dog to this vet, this guy or girl, and they're dealing with the issue at hand. Of course they have to charge you. You're paying for their time. They're vets. But believe me, they don't take any pleasure in charging you because of, your dog has an ear infection. Trust me, it's just unethical. And they wouldn't do that. We know so many vets in our area, and most of them are really good and doing it out of concern and wanting to help. So don't blame the vet. Listen, take our advice and clean your dog's ears and do it properly. Check out our videos.
It's funny. That would be like a groomer being happy that a dog came in incredibly matted.
Right.
It's like, oh, nice. Now I get to be petrified to clip this out, and hopefully I can help it, but at least I get to charge an extra $100.
Sure, exactly.
No, it just doesn't work. It's more work. It's more dangerous. It's more time.
Right.
So
vets are not out to get your money. They're out to help you and help your dog, and you should have a good relationship. And we've talked about this. We're going to talk about it more in future shows. You should have a good relationship with your vet and your groomer, so that, you're just, taking the best of care of your pet at home. So, definitely.
All right. Well, did you have anything else, Dad, that you wanted to get out?
Nope. I just really want to actually thank everybody out there for listening to us. I mean, we've gotten so many downloads in recent time that we're just so happy about it. And we just love doing this. We love talking to you guys. And we're really excited about this new year. We got a bunch of videos that we're going to be posting soon and a lot more radio shows. So we just want to thank all of our listeners out there. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, don't forget to check out our next show, because our next show, we got some more funny comments for you guys. So it should be coming out about a week or two after this one. We're going to be definitely doing a lot more of those comments because we know you guys like them. We keep getting asked about them all.
And we got some good ones, too.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. So definitely don't miss our next show after this one, because we're going to be doing a few of them, and start laughing because they're going to be good.
There's some doozies.
Oh, yeah, there's some doozies. So thanks so much for stopping by, guys. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mark Winter. Thank you so much, Mark. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel. It's called Grooming by Rudy. That's Grooming by Rudy on YouTube.com. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. We want to hear from you guys. You could also like Grooming by Rudy on Facebook, follow Grooming by Rudy on Instagram and Twitter. It's been an absolute pleasure. And until next time, take care of yourselves and your pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.